Hello, guys, and welcome to episode 1 of Valorant Guide for Newbies. I've been playing Valorant for a couple days now, and I've been tearing it up. I'm not gonna lie. I've had 50 kill games, 30 kill games. Not dying at all in entire matches. And it's not because I'm necessarily good at Valorant. It's because I have developed certain fundamentals in this genre of shooters, which is obviously very similar to Counter-Strike. I probably have around 600 hours in Counter-Strike. All in all, I used to play Counter-Strike Go a lot. I got to Eagle rank, which isn't that high. But a lot of the fundamentals carry over into this game, into Valorant. So what we're going to talk about today, a couple things. First of all, DPI and sensitivity. I'm at 800 DPI on my mouse right now and 0.8 sensitivity. I'm not sure what the meta is right now in terms of DPI and what the pros are playing at, but this feels pretty good to me. I just did a deagle little practice round on medium speed. I got 23. I don't know if that's good, but it feels good for me. So first off here, we're talking about crosshair placement. So as I've been seeing people play, spectating people really just don't know where to put their crosshair. Like, I see people looking at the ground sometimes, which is terrible. Center of the screen, like, for no particular reason. Really, your crosshair placement is also dependent on the map and where common enemy routes are. But generally speaking, you want your crosshair at head height, so that if anyone comes into your field of vision, you can just easily one-tap them. I've been pretty much only using the what's this gun called? The Vandal. It's basically the AK. This is basically the silenced M4 or whatever from Counter-Strike. They're the same amount of money. This one has a slightly higher fire rate, but this one doesn't have any damage drop-off. So you can one-tap people from across map. And it's just so good. Like, it's just so much easier than Counter-Strike. You can fire 3-round bursts with this gun. All day, every day. Maybe even 4. Yeah, you can fire 4-round bursts. You just pull down just ever so slightly. And that's a dead guy, especially if it's anywhere near his head. You're just gonna kill all day. So crosshair placement. Head height. Follow the line of sight. So it's hard to explain, but if you're clearing a corner and you know the guy's here, for instance, right? You don't want your crosshair to be out here. You want it to be tight as you move through, and still I have a long way to go with my crosshair placement too. But you don't want to be doing this ever, or like this, you know. You want to be exactly where you think the enemy could be, and staying tight to cover as much as possible. If I was going to clear this area, I'd do this, keeping it so if they pop out, I can shoot them. Like that. So keep it at head level. That's the most important thing. Another thing is never move while shooting. Look at this. Look how inaccurate it is. You might get lucky, but it's not worth it. Stop, shoot. Do your 4-round bursts. Sidestep. You're used to that in practice mode. That's all you need to do. And then if you have to do a full auto, like you're panicking, pull down. So what I've noticed with this gun is it sways right to left, right to left, right to left. So that's something you have to just muscle memory practice to get that spray down. Another thing is movement. I see a lot of people running around the map a lot, and the sound design in this game is really good. Using your sound, using footsteps, hearing where people are, it's extremely accurate and extremely well designed. So having that in mind, you want to walk. Walking is so key. It gives no information as to where you are, which allows you to flank, allows you to catch people off guard. You know, it's just smart. In a shooter game, you don't want the enemy to know where you are. Information warfare is part of the game. So keeping information from your enemy team, extremely important. Now, what I've noticed is that I'll be running la-di-da-di-da, and then I know there's going to be enemies, so I start to walk. But then I'll have a teammate who doesn't understand this trudging up beside me and making a lot of noise. I'm not sure if different characters have different like loudness to their steps. It seems like there's different different characters at different steps, but I'm not really sure on that one yet. So yeah, head height, crosshair, slow sweeping movements. Never look at the ground. Never look up. Head height everywhere, and always try to predict where the enemy could be. And just take it slow. You don't have to rush. It's not Call of Duty. It's a more patient game. It's more about aim and accuracy than it is about run and gun. And there might be certain characters that are really good with run and gun. I think this character is pretty good because she can heal after every kill and go invisible. Not invisible, but invincible. Kind of like Reaper's move in Overwatch, where he can kind of shadow meld or whatever it's called. Another thing I want to talk about was rotations and flow. So the idea of rotations is basically if you're on defense, say you're at A, and all the rest of your team's at B, which has happened a lot. People just kind of play willy-nilly in this game at this level that I'm at, like for noobs, I guess. If you can identify the enemy push coming at your certain bomb site A or B, call it out. You know, that's just part of communications. Leads to rotations, right? That's a good one. Communications leads to rotations. So if you see 4 at A and you know they're gonna try to push because they don't fake, right? Because higher level you do fakes, you fake push. You play mind games with the opponent, but at this low level that most of us are at right now, it's probably not a thing. So you know they're pushing, call it out to your team. Say, hey, I see 4 guys at A. I think they're going to push. And then that will allow your guys to rotate. They're not literally rotating. No. It's the joke my brother makes. What is rotate? It's when you do this. La-da-dee, la-da-da. No, rotate is when you move to another bomb site or another location from your location. That's really important. Rotation is extremely important in these styles of games. Another thing too is like if you know there's a rotate going on, and there's like counter rotations, and there's lurking, and there's all this other stuff that's you have to bear in mind, which is interesting, but not really newbie friendly stuff necessarily. So yeah, that's for beginners. That's kind of the main things: is crosshair placement, learn your bursts. Valorant has a really good practice mode built in. Let's just try it out here. See, my crosshair, it always stays basically the same height, and I just sweep and burst. Oh, lagging. $23. Not bad. I mean, not great, but not bad. So utilize the practice mode. Shoot and step. Shoot and step. Shoot and step. 4-round bursts. 3-round bursts. Use, for the love of God, guys, use the Vandal. Please. Please use the Vandal. I'm telling you, it's a wonderful weapon. You can one tap at any range. Okay? Enough said. Extremely powerful weapon. So yeah, just to recap: crosshair placement, head height, always. Recoil control, 4-round bursts with the Vandal. Movement, follow the flow of the surrounding. Map, it's map dependent, but you'll get to know where they are. Head height, always stick to the sides of cover. Slowly clear everything. Rotations and flow. Rotations. Communication leads to rotations. Another thing about communication too is be polite to people. If you start being negative, you're gonna throw your team off its game. I have a really great game. Hopefully, I can upload to show the power of communication and using positive feedback and good teamwork to overcome a superior enemy. So be polite and try to be positive to your teammates. We're all trying to have fun and learn and all that. Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll probably cut this up with some clips showing in-game sort of how I play and crosshair placement in-game as opposed to just in practice mode. And maybe I'll throw up some of my big kill games as well. All right, thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, and hit the like and subscribe and share and tweet and comment and all that. Thanks.